game. Let's have a look at Breaking. I think I'm looking in for the no ads. So
Welcome, Prison Breaker. I am the operator in charge of this prison's mechanisms. Last time, a critical malfunction caused a serious issue. But don't worry. As long as I'm speaking to you, neither you nor the prison can be destroyed. I've made sure proper safety protocols are in place. I will now initiate the move test sequence to smoothly begin the durability test of the prison. Let's start with a simple dash move. Tap or drag to move toward the white spots on the screen. Energy is generated inside the prison at regular intervals. Collecting it gives you a chance to attack the prison itself. Use the dash move to absorb the newly spawned energy.
okay.
Now let's learn about the attack move. Just like the dash move, tap or drag beyond the prison wall to charge through it. Tap or drag to the white spot. Finally, if you tap beyond the prison wall from a distance, you'll unleash Supercharge. Supercharge deals massive damage to the prison. Tap the white spot to unleash it.
Did I do something wrong? I fucking screwed something up.
Well done.
Oh, that is
If you
missing the
tap or finish dragging too close to the prison wall, the charge damage will be reduced, and Supercharge will not be activated. Careful, one of the defense systems just engaged. The prison's defenses will do everything they can to stop you from breaking out. Thank you for participating in the test so far. Now good luck to you.
Alright, give it a shot. So is it just max it? Oh wait, whoop. Oh okay, that was just a stage. Or did I die? Did I die? Oh, I have to have at least 3 sides. Oh, whoops. Okay, I see. I think I get it. It is kind of weird that the tutorial was like fine with me hitting the walls with 3. But then that obviously misled me to going into, you know, the full game. Ooh. Okay. Got up some more charges first before I do anything else. Oh, 7. Cool. Bang. Okay, that's level 1. Alright, my only concern with the gameplay is where it can advance to. I can get 2 defenders, fair enough. But like, just dodging them isn't the most entertaining thing. I mean, so far I will say I'm not hugely entertained by what I'm doing at the moment. Oh my god. Yeah, still doing these. There needs to be a lot more stuff going on for me to really want to do more with this. Which is, again, I mean, it's not like a bad thing. I like the gameplay that you've got going. I personally really have here right now, really, is just I messed that up. The levels themselves, each level is taking a long time, and it is just a repeated rotation of doing like the same thing over and over again. The supercharge does like 10 damage. Hitting it normally does 5, which is like, you know, great double damage, but like I have a small issue with that personally. And that each stage does take a little while, you know? I think these kinds of games, you want them to be quick and snappy and, you know, have stuff going on constantly. Okay. I think... I have to be very real here. I think this is the kind of situation where personally, if I was playing this, that I just found it on the store and just was like, gonna play it, I'd be getting to the point where I'm tempted to put out, because there's not a whole lot really going on. It's the same shape that I'm in. It's the same gameplay loop of, yeah, there's obviously stuff on the edges to avoid, but that's all there is, you know? There's just stuff on the edges to avoid. There's no, like, I've got to pick up the energy, I've got to avoid the stuff on the side, and that's like the whole thing. Do I get like, let me have a look, let me just check, is there, yeah, you need things like damage upgrades and like defensive shield so you can block the first attack that would hit you, you know? Or like, not the first attack, but the first thing you do, like, first time you slam into the wall, it doesn't damage you. Or if you know, it just feels like I want to be able to hit upgrades, earn currency for doing it better, you know? Like, if I get hit by one of the yellow things, I lose currency, and I don't get as much, or I don't get as much currency for finishing the level, and then, you know, I can't get as many upgrades. That kind of thing, you know? Whether it's just like a star system or what, I do think this just needs a little more. I don't want to. Okay, that also kind of stuck. One mistake, it was just instantly gone, done. I'll give it a bit longer, obviously. I'll give it a fair shout. Okay, that was my fault. I misclicked. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I think I want there to be like an actual advantage to me stacking up. Like if I stack up to like a 20-sided, you know, I get to the dodecahedron. I don't think that's right. Icahedron. Like if I get 20 sides, do I do more damage? Do I just have more lives? Is that basically all it is? I can survive hitting stuff more? Or do I actually deal more damage? I think what might help you a lot is if you have it so that you deal damage equal to however many you, have in that moment, you know? I mean, I can see issues with that as well, personally, because then it would just be a better strategy just to never go near the edge until you stack up like a ton of points, but it would also, I think if it did damage based on how many sides you have, it would speed up the game a fair bit. it would definitely make it more interactive, more fun. Yeah, because right now, without there being any upgrades, and I don't do damage based on my size, I just do one. Well, was it 5 damage and then 10 damage on a super? It's like great, but like if you hold again, I don't know. Oh god, I screwed that up. Did I not ever break out of that? Oh my god. Oh, there's a bit of an input delay. Yeah, I queued up my input there so that I don't like that. That could have killed me there. That would have definitely been very frustrating if that did happen. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't. Maybe I'm missing something, but it feels like I got B there, but I'm not really sure how I've done that much quicker, to be honest. Other than just don't pick up as many sides. Just the one. Okay. Is it just, do I need to just memorize it? Because that's not fun. Yeah, okay. Is it going to come out the top one? Yeah, okay. And then the bottom left. Right, okay. Give me some kind of visual for where that's coming from. Because, okay, obviously that one, I figured out the pattern, it just goes around in an anti-clockwise. But like, that's very frustrating for them to just pop up. I don't have any cue as to when they're going to pop up. I don't have any indication of where they're going to come from. How long do I have? Like, perhaps have man. See, I'm distracted trying to like talk about this at the same time. But yeah, it feels just a bit mean that they just kind of are there. And it's like, oh, okay, there's a thing coming from that direction. I had no idea that it was going to come from that direction. You know? And as much as it's like, I can replay it easily, it's an easy pattern to remember, which is obviously absolutely fine. Go down here. Oh, fuck! Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to swear there. I guess what you've at least got there is me getting kind of into it, and I suppose... Let me have a look at what you've got here. The intention is to analysing and memorising the defence patterns. And dodge them, charge towards the prison and smash it. Okay. I was going to keep going. So I get that the idea is to memorise the defence patterns. That's fine. It does make things a little frustrating. There's just trial and error. You just have to run it over and over again because you don't have any actual concept of what is gonna come out next. Like, there was no way that I could have done this level other than just pure luck. on the first try. I mean, there's no way on the first try that I could ever hope to have done this level. The other ones were fine because they weren't a new mechanic, but like putting in a new thing at that point, like at this point rather, it's kind of like, well, I don't really know what to do. I mean, I am obviously. I feel like people mostly when they're going to play this are going to be like locked in and playing, and they're not going to get as easily distracted as I am trying to talk about the game while I play it. And that might just be on me, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can do a quick donk. I think that's safe. Yeah, okay. Donk, donk, donk. Where's it coming from? Bottom right? Yeah. It's not... I will say it's not necessarily what I was expecting. Ah, God, I did it again. I got distracted again as soon as I started talking. Okay, I guess if you could lock in, you could probably do it. I'd say me, I could. Which is a good thing, you know, having someone have to be properly engaged is a good thing. Oh, whoops, I didn't think I was going to get hit by that one. That was me. Having people have to be properly engaged is, you know, yeah, great. You know, the player has to be focused in order to succeed. And that's great, that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that at all. There's different kinds of games. There are mobile games out there that when you are playing them, you can play them whilst you do something completely different, like an idle game or a clicker game or whatever. You can do something completely different while you're playing that. No big deal. But for a game like this, I feel like, personally, I would much prefer if I could... if there was just I don't know, I feel like it needs to be a bit more engaging. I do like the idea here of it being like, you know, it's difficult as hell to, not difficult as hell, but like you have to remember the patterns and know what's coming and, you know, and get the timing right and everything, but I don't know. I'm finding myself not really able to maintain interest. I guess like this level is definitely a bit more engaging and there's a lot more happening and it is a bit more interesting. And I do find myself a bit more locked in on this. However, not enough for me to actually maintain the focus for long enough that I don't get distracted. And I think that's in a large part just because of the length of the levels. Like, I think... Okay, first of all, that's kind of annoying that didn't count. Damn. Second of all, I can't believe I survived that. Like, I think that's supercharged. Like, I have to do that 10 times in order to win. And I have to pick up new gems constantly as well. I get that is obviously, that's engaging. Yeah, obviously. But, like, it's not a different gameplay loop for me at all. It's the same loop. I'm doing the same thing over and over again. You know, there's nothing new happening that's actually gripping me. Like, I don't want that to... How do I explain this? Let me try it again. I'm gonna try this properly, and we'll lock in on this. Put myself through the actual gameplay instead. So bottom right, yeah, it's gonna be top left. So we do this and go down here. I guess if I just go to where the last one came from, that's like the safest bet, I guess. But just always remember to do that. Oh god. Didn't think I was gonna have enough time. Oh man, I thought I was gonna get hit by that one. Oh god. Oh my god, dude. Okay. Man. I'm gonna keep trying, but I'll talk while I do it. Even locked in, even fully locked in, apparently I can't do this. It's tricky. It's tricky, dude. I think it is in large part due to just not being able to maintain that level of focus on doing the patterns. Like, it's a weird thing because I do. Oh, whoops. Okay. I play MMOs and I love bosses with their different patterns of doing raids and dungeons with the boss patterns and having to learn the patterns and maintain them. I like doing that stuff and I really enjoy it. It's just that I feel like with the minimal graphical effects on this, there isn't as much engagement going on in my brain to make me care about this a whole lot. Oh god, that was a bit of a risky one. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little torn on this. I like it, and I do like the concept, and I do love it that it's like musically based. I do enjoy that. But it is just a little bit frustrating. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna stop there. I'm just gonna go through some bits and pieces. Have a look at what you've said, what you've built. So it's mainly how players feel about the gameplay is what you want to know. Let's see. So the idea is it's melodic action based on the gameplay. So I think, let me just check that you haven't done this before I say I didn't notice it. Yeah, okay. So what I think you've missed is, with it being a melodic game, you're basically telling me that it's music based. And I get it's not a rhythm game. That is different. But for me, you're involving music in this, and there's music in the background and everything. I would love the music to be locked into what's happening on the screen, or for the barriers that are appearing and the spikes coming out to cause musical notes as well, and not for it to just be the background music and me hitting the edge that's causing the music or the noises. It's action based, but it's a little too slow to keep the engagement, but it's a little too clunky to really speed it up. I think if you were to speed that game up, the controls would be too clunky to be able to keep up with the barriers coming out quicker. So you can't do that. But then at the same time, without speeding it up, things are just a little bit too slow, in my honest opinion. Checking there wasn't any like sayings or anything in this, but no, okay. Yeah. Man, certainly those guys did way better than I did. But like, whether or not it's me being good or bad at this game, the main issue I have with this is sorry about that break you might have noticed there, and we'll cut something like cut for 25 minutes. As I was saying, main issue I've got with the game is just engagement. It feels like there's not quite enough to keep me playing. I think you've maybe landed too close to the middle between it being an action game and a puzzle game, and it needs to lean one way or the other. Either go more into puzzle, where it's like an obstacle to navigate, and there's like different buttons that need to be pressed in certain orders, and there's actual brain-boggling puzzles to actually solve, or make it action-based and have the thing itself be able to move a lot faster and a bigger area to move around in as well. You know what? I think that would help a lot. Actually, the game in general would help a lot if there was more space. There is a lot of dead space just sort of sitting there that's not really being used by anything. So I honestly think maybe the area just needs to be a bit bigger so the player has more space to move around in. You can have the object itself, the shape, move around a lot faster. It might have a bit more, but I know you didn't really, you didn't have some feedback for like advice and such, but feedback you wanted is mainly the gameplay, I believe, right? It's almost there. I think you've nearly got something. For me personally, it doesn't really grasp me. It might be ADHD, makes it just a lot harder to keep that attention going. I mean, these mobile games, like silly little puzzle mobile games, or match 3s, all that stuff, they have that very satisfying gameplay loop, that very satisfying dopamine injection every single time you do anything. That's how you keep people really engaged, especially people with ADHD. That's how you keep them really engaged, is there is this constant injection of dopamine from every action you take. This is the only enjoyment or dopamine is when you finish a level and the thing breaks, which if you get stuck like I did, that just kills it because you're no longer getting that dopamine. Maybe getting a big hit needs to be a bit more satisfying, have a bit more of an oomph to it to really go, yeah, you hit that big old thing, like the ring cracks a little bit when you do a big smack, just reward the player a little more, just to give them a bit more reason to want to keep playing. And I really do think upgrade. Give the player a currency, so it feels like even if they fail, they're failing forward. Failing forward is really important. So having it so that the player can fail, but still earn some currency, so they can then buy some upgrades to help them through the level. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And that means even though I'm failing, I don't feel terrible about it because I'm still getting currency and I know I can upgrade, and then once I've upgraded, I'll be able to do the level easier. That I think is a really key thing you're missing and would help wonders. All that to say, I do think it is a good game. Should absolutely keep going with it, keep developing it, keep trying. Definitely make some changes here and there if you are so inclined to do so. But yeah, definitely don't give up on it. They'll absolutely keep going with it. I think it needs some improvements gameplay wise, but for a lot of people, I think that it will be engaging enough and people will enjoy it. But for me personally, it just didn't really give me the hook. It didn't hook me into the game. Well, let's say I do have on with Playtest game. I do have my chat thing open. If you have any questions or you want to ask anything, feel free to drop me a message. I'm not sure if they've released that feature yet, actually, but if they have, feel free to drop me a message on there. And if you want more playtests from someone who isn't very good at the game, by all means, request me to playtest it again. Name's Echo ECKO. More than happy to run it again for you. But thanks for requesting your playtest. Hope the feedback helps you. Cheers, Bob.